Jay Gruden absolutely shredded our New York Jets. Today we will break down why these comments are completely irrational, that and much more, all on a Monday edition of NY Flight Jets Talk. Let's get it started.
J-E-T-S, Jets, let's go.
Jets wide receiver Wesley Walker. Wesley, how you doing today? ESPN writer Mr. Rich Samini, Jets reporter for The Athletic, Mr. Zach Rosenblatt, Hall of Famer and Jets legend, Mr. Marty Lyons.
Your host, Connor Long.
What is up, everybody? I'm Chris Grasso. I'm your host, filling in for a sick Connor Long. If you are feeling generous and want to support the channel tonight, make sure to like and subscribe. That is the free way. So if you're in here, might as well just like the video. The paid way is through super chats and memberships. Make sure it's $2.99 super chats get you enter you into our membership raffle to win a signed Sauce Gardner jersey and much more. Let's just start off the show today. I'll give a special shout out to the Knicks. Let's go Knicks, baby. You see my subtitle there, Knicks in 5. Let's go. They're on right now playing the Celtics. As of now, last time I checked, it's toe to toe. Make sure to keep me updated on that. And yeah, we'll just get right into it today. Basically, we look at Jay Gruden. He was on a podcast and he started absolutely ripping our New York Jets. Let me pull up the video right now and I'll start us off here.
The Jets are going to win how many games next year?
3 to 4.
Lower. Every offensive category. Garrett Wilson, lower. Justin Fields, lower. Breece Hall, lower. The win total, lower. Whatever you guys want, play lower.
Well, Jay, you already picked the Dolphins to finish last in the AFC East.
I changed my mind. I'm looking at the Jets.
I think Breece Hall, they're just get up there and run the ball, let Membu do his thing.
I mean, if you're this new coordinator from Detroit, you say, okay, I'm going to run this playbook that I learned from Ben Johnson. This team is Detroit Lions B team, except for maybe Garrett Wilson.
I'm saying they might win 5 or 6. I'm not saying they're going to win all of them.
They're going to bring in Mason Taylor, the rookie tight end from LSU, and him and Membu are just going to annihilate people. God, give me a break. This team's last. This team's horrible.
I think these comments are an absolute disgrace. Not only because I'm a Jet fan, I just disagree with basically everything he said there. So let me just break it down for you. The first part that I disagree with is that him mentioning we're just going to be a B team of the Lions and we're just going to be a copy and paste of their offense as a bad thing. If this Jets offense is able to emulate what the Lions have done last year, and one of the main parts that has been Sam Laporta, and it's just been an exciting offense overall for the Lions. We see them constantly doing trick plays, scheming guys open, getting Sam Laporta the ball. Like, if we can do that with Mason Taylor, that is a huge plus. I don't know why he's talking like that as if it's a bad thing. And if this coaching is good, I don't even think our talent is that bad. And that, I mean, it's pretty far off from the Lions, but man, if we can just develop some of our later guys and have some guys rise up through the depth chart, and turn into difference makers, like this team is only a few pieces off, guys. I mean, if Justin Fields, and there's a lot of ifs, which is why this team has the difference between the floor and ceiling is so much in my eyes. I think the floor for this team is like 3-14, which would be an absolute disgrace. And the ceiling is like 12-5, 11-6. So that's why the ceiling is so far from the floor, because there are so many if factors. But if Justin Fields goes out there and he plays even decent, we should be in the mix for just about any game and be competitive. I mean, we have a talented offense. Justin Fields and Breece Hall are dangerous in that option. I believe that with better coaching from our O-line coach, Breece Hall will have a much better year and prove everybody wrong in this fan base. I mean, we have a talented running back from it. Even as we see from this comment from Rep BX, Donovan Edwards has been good in camp. Like, we have so much talent at the running back room. I mean, we don't know what to do with ourselves. So, I mean, we have the potential to make this be an emulation of the Lions offense, and by no means that is a bad thing. If we can do what the Lions offense is doing, use maybe Malachi Corley as a Jameson Williams in our offense, like that would be so good, and we shall be grateful for that. And the second thing I'll add about this is him having us go 3 or 4 wins and finishing last in the AFC East. Like, I just don't see it. I don't see us finishing last in the East. I mean, even if the Justin Fields experiment fails and it turns completely on us, we still have Tyrod Taylor to bail us out and salvage the season into a 7 or 8 win season. So, I mean, the worst case scenario for me, it should be like 5 wins. That's if everything goes wrong, your stars get hurt. Because the one thing this team lacks a little bit of depth, which is why so many people are concerned with our roster. I mean, we don't have depth. We have some solid role players. Obviously, got the Quinn Williams jersey, Quincy Williams, Jamie Sherwood, who we just extended, Sauce Gardner, Jermaine Johnson. He's coming off injury though, so that's more reasons why people have doubt. But on the offensive side, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Justin Fields has a chance to provide some electricity. Don't know what Mason Taylor is. We have an offensive line that we invested 2 first-round picks on in back-to-back years. So there's some real talent on this team, man. Like if Aaron Glenn is a good coach, how can you say that? And that isn't a big if, but if he is a good coach, how can you say the Jets are finishing last in the AFC East, man? Like the AFC East is actually a sneaky good division now with the Patriots hiring Mike Vrabel. They have Drake May, who we don't really know what he is. Some think he's going to be great. Some I'm in the boat, not really, but Mike Vrabel's a great coach. I mean, I think the Patriots overpaid for a bunch of free agents, and I still think they're going to be shaky. But I mean, they could be scary for years to come. But I think really the Jets are going to be scary for years to come, mainly because whether or not Justin Fields works out, if he does, great. You have a kind of a safety net. You don't really have to worry about quarterback as much. But if he doesn't work out, fine. You call it a bad move and you draft a quarterback with a top 5 pick in 2026. And listen, I am by no means against that. There's a lot of hyped up names and big names in this quarterback class. Me, Connor, Jack, and Josh will have film evaluations coming for you on them this season in the college football season. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be so much fun this season. But yeah, ultimately, I think these Jay Gruden comments are absolutely disgraceful, and I better not catch Jay Gruden lacking walking around in the parking lot of Jet Life Stadium. We're all like unspeakable things. So listen, Jay Gruden, those comments were absolutely awful. Send in your thoughts via chat and super chat, and we will get into some chats right now. I already pulled this up, but I'll break it down further. Donovan Edwards has been good at camp. I've been saying this for the past 2 weeks now since we got him. Yes, we see Connor's chat there. Yeah, but I mean, Donovan Edwards, I think he has a chance to be in the back of Isaiah Davis's mind for RB3 reps. By no means do I think he will secure the position. I think Isaiah Davis still has it on locks as of now. But Donovan Edwards, man, he has talent. We keep on hearing all these reports of him making explosive plays in camp, and that is exactly what Aaron Glenn is looking for. I mean, Aaron Glenn is looking for guys who are going to be tough, who can come in and be leaders on this team. And by the looks of it, Donovan Edwards is making explosive plays. So I'm excited to see his role in the offense and what he can do. And even if he makes the team, like there's this other special team guy that it's between Donovan Edwards and him, I think, for RB4, if they're even going to carry for running back. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in the realm of that. Let's go Knicks. Yes, sir, baby. Rep BX. We know we're rooting for the Knicks, baby. MSG, it's a lit game right now. I'll check the score on that later, but yeah. Thanks for holding it down tonight, Chris. Much appreciated. Connor, you know I got you. It's my pleasure being here on NY Flight Jets Talk, baby. So another thing I will talk about is a point I've been bringing up for quite some time now, and it is regarding Malachi Corley. And I can kind of tie this into Jay Gruden's reports here a little bit. So Malachi Corley, obviously a guy we know who was a very disappointing guy last year. He barely got in the field, and when he did, he was dropping balls right before he got into the end zone, making disgraceful, boneheaded plays. But I'm kind of going to defend him a little bit here. He was only a rookie. What else? I know that play is unacceptable, but rookies sometimes they make rookie mistakes. And Malachi Corley, he's a guy who we took him, and he was supposed to be the Yak King. He was supposed to be a guy who can provide some explosiveness, some fun to this offense, something we haven't seen in so long. So I'm hoping under this new coaching staff, this new regime, that we can kind of get Malachi Corley in the mix and get him to be what we see in Jamison Williams in that Lions offense. Just a guy we can get him on end arounds. He can turn it into a big play, jet sweep. We can turn it into a big play. So yeah, I mean, I'm super excited to see what they can do with him in this offense. And just a thought that's coming in the back of my mind, the Jets schedule is only I think it comes out on Wednesday, the full entire schedule with all the times and dates of all the games. And while people may overlook that and not pay that much attention, I mean, I think there's some importance to it. One, because I'm a huge fan of going to primetime games. I love the Jet Life atmosphere. But two, really, it all depends on when your hardest stretch of game is. So we know the Jets play teams like we play the whole AFC North, which is really rough. We play the Bengals, Steelers, Ravens, and Browns are not that tough. But my eyes are mainly on the what's the name? The Bengals and the Ravens. So it all depends. We kind of have a hard stretch of games. So if we can get that out of the way early, make it out alive from that, say we go 3-3 in our first hard stretch, then we can kind of ease it in to the second half of the year. Like we've seen this Jets team collapse so many times in the second half of the year just because of poor coaching and poor leadership in the locker room. We know Jack, if you watched the show last night, Jack was trying to tell us that Robert Saleh was a good locker room guy. That is an absolute disgrace. I don't know what he was talking about. I can name a million reasons why Robert Saleh was the exact opposite of a good locker room guy. Good locker room coaches do not get all buddy-buddy with the players. Good locker room coaches hold players accountable. Yes, they have good relationship with their players, but they're a hard coach. Like they're tough. They need to make sure their players are doing their role, staying in their place, and just leading the way. They need their leaders to step up and players to be tough. That's what we're missing under Saleh, and what I'm pretty confident that we're going to be gaining with Aaron Glenn. Because Glenn, we've already seen it. The way he's just walking around practice, you can tell things are going to be different. A point I made a couple times is that we can tell that we thought that Robert Saleh was going to be a good coach based off the way he acted pumped on the sidelines. I think Aaron Glenn is going to be a good coach.
Stop the cap.
In the locker room, you see Connor playing to stop the cap thread. Listen, he doesn't have as much faith in AG as I do. I'm putting a lot of trust and faith into AG. I'm letting them prove their incompetence. I'm going to give them a chance. I'm going to give them. Well, see, I that might be a little contradictive because if they go 3-14 or 2-15, God forbid, I'm going to be had up to here. My patience is going to be had with this regime.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
You play to win the game.
Hell yeah, baby. So, yeah, really, that's what I'm saying. Aaron Glenn really just needs to come in here and set the culture, set the winning culture. And if he's a good coach, he will do so because there is talent on this team. If he can get these guys straight and give them some good coaching that they've never seen before, like name one guy in here. Oh, God, here we come already with Jack. But name one guy in here that actually saw good coaching. Like, I don't even know if there is one because can't remember the last time we had a good coach. All these players.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Yes, but all these players are too young to experience good coaching. So that's why Aaron Glenn coming in here and setting a new culture would work wonders for this entire team, in my opinion. Now let's go back to Jets' comment. Saleh was a good locker room guy, but not a good coach. Jack, I'd love for you to call in and elaborate on this. We can drag this a bit longer. I just don't get it. A good locker. You need to be a good locker. Oh my! I can't even formulate a thought. This comment is making me lose brain cells. How is Saleh a good locker room guy? He was all buddy with the players. It doesn't make sense. Arian Smith is going to be a star. I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to calling him a definite star yet. I mean, I personally like the gamble. I think they should have gotten receiver in round 3. I mean, I like Arian Smith's tools. Like, I know what Aaron Glenn was looking for. He was looking for a speedy receiver who can provide some juice and electricity to this offense. But the thing is, he does have some issues. I mean, he has the issues with drops. And Connor and Jack and all the next-gen Jets associates, if you will, mentioned him being a one-trick pony, which me personally, I don't really have that much of a problem with that. I like the receivers that you can put them on a deep ball and just have Justin Fields, have our future round 1 quarterback lob it up to them and give us something to cheer for sitting in the upper deck of Jet Life Stadium. So really, I can't wait for that. The fact that Arian Smith hasn't shed a lot of tackles in college, hasn't forced missed tackles, doesn't really bother me that much. I mean, we have a receiver who is shifty already in Garrett Wilson, and it's ultimately, if he can just get open on deep balls and his role in this offense is sending people on deep routes. I mean, I'm totally fine with that because I'm putting more confidence than most into Malachi Croy to develop into a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, maybe even ceiling wide receiver 2 in this offense if we can get him on the field. And just get him thriving. Jack says he can't call it until 15 to 20 minutes. It's all right, Jackie. I mean, I don't need to hear your argument anyway. It's probably going to give me more brain cells. Lose me more brain cells, excuse me. Teresa, you're doing an awesome job, Chris. Thank you so much, Teresa. I really do appreciate it. 36-28 Celtics. That's looking rough so far, man. And Anunoby injured a hamstring, possibly. That's rough. That would be a huge loss. Anunoby is great for them on defense, and he can shoot threes too. So, yeah, that'd be a horrible loss. But just tying something in with the Knicks, tying a Jet-related point in with the Knicks. People who believe the Jets cannot win with Woody. I hate to break it to you guys. Woody is not selling the team. We could see the way he's showing basically the ropes to Brick. It just shows that this is generational. Like owning the Jets will forever be in the Johnsons' last name. Woody has no plans of selling. Brick has no plans of selling. But I don't think that we can't win with Woody Johnson as our owner. We saw James Dolan with the Knicks turn it around, and that's just because he brought in good guys. He brought in a good GM and a good head coach, and hopefully that could be this regime. Hopefully Muji can get it clicking. Muji is a relatively young GM compared to the rest of the league, and Aaron Glenn, I've already sung his praises a million times. You don't need to hear me glaze him, if you will, anymore. I mean, Aaron Glenn, just great. He has a possibility of coming in here and setting a different tone. Rep BX. I would say Gibson being gone is a higher chance than Corey, though. Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know if Gibson will make the roster. I personally want to see Corley make it. I think, like most other players in the staff, Corley was done dirty by the ineptitude amount of coaching, zero amount of coaching. I don't know if that's the right word, but the coaching last year was horrible. So I want to see Corley get a second chance and kind of chance to redeem himself. And Gibson, I mean, I don't know what role Gibson offers other than a solid special team, a solid kick returner, if that. I mean, Gibson, the one memorable play he had was the kick return for the win, against Buffalo. that kick return for the win against Buffalo. And that was a tripping. Like, I hate to break it to you. I was no one was more excited than me on that night, but there was tripping somewhere in that play. I promise you. He tripped one of the Bills guys. And really, what is Gibson's career without that play? Let's be real. Like, he's done a whole bunch of nothing. So, really, I'm not sold on Gibson. I'm more sold on Corley. I mean, and Corley hasn't even shown us anything yet. So, Corley, for all we know, Corley could come in here and be a massive flop. The whole regime could be a massive flop from the pessimist's eyes. So, we just really need to hope and pray that doesn't happen. Because if it does, we will all be in shambles. Like, we just want to have a competitive season. That's what I'm looking for mainly out of the Jets this year. I'm looking to see if Aaron Glenn is a good coach. I'm looking to see how our talent is progressive. I mean,
we're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
I know some people say the Jets' talent is the most overrated in the NFL. Fine. This is the year for us to see what we have. It would be great. Corley needs to have a great camp where he's gone. Amen. Listen, let's hope he does, and Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji see that, and they bring out the best in him. That's all we can hope for every single player. But as I was saying, the most I'm expecting out of this year is a relaxing season and a fun season. I want to see what Justin Fields is, if we ever have something in him. I want to see how our talent progresses. I want to see if Aaron Glenn is a good coach, if he's going to hold these guys accountable. And I want to see, like, something looking for is penalties. Let's not lead the league or be close to leading the league in penalties. Let's have actually a disciplined football team. This is exactly why I think we need to hire a disciplinarian head coach coming into this hiring process. I didn't want any funny business like Josh McCown, as guys like Connor are in favor of. I wanted a guy who's a hard-ass head coach, leader of men, who's going to go in there and command the locker room, which is exactly what we're getting in Aaron Glenn. I mean, my top guys coming into the cycle, the only three options that I would really have been fine with are Glenn Flores and Mike Vrabel. Obviously, Mike Vrabel was the number one choice, but we were all sad that night. I think it was actually the night of Week 18 where he got signed to the Patriots. I know I was depressed, but now we ended up with Aaron Glenn. There's no place I'd rather be. I cannot wait to see what Aaron Glenn does with this team. So really,
stop the cap.
I'm super excited. Gibson has no upside now. Exactly. I mean, I said this last night. The only thing Gibson is good for was the fun scenes on Hard Knocks where he was playing ping pong with Jason Brownlee and they were boys. Like, that was a fun story. That was a fun story. Now what? So really, that's what I'm looking to see. Like, who's going to step up in this receiver room? Who's going to step up in this D tackle room? Like, there are so many voids that we need to be full that we didn't address D tackle in the draft. Like, that's like kind of the place where we're going to have to just trust Aaron Glenn, and if we don't trust Aaron Glenn, like, it looks really bad. But really, what we're gonna have to see is how these D tackles progress. Because if they do progress well, this is the thing. This is why I'm saying we'll know if Aaron Glenn's a good coach after the first year. We'll see if him banking on this D tackle room was the right decision. Leonard Taylor the third, obviously all these other defensive tackles who are now going to have a chance to step up into a major role, because the only guy we have right now is really Quinn Williams and Derek Nandi. And Derek Nandi is a huge question mark. And at receiver, Garrett Wilson, I'm not satisfied with Alan Lazard. I'm not satisfied with Josh Reynolds or Alan Lazard as wide receiver too. Who's gonna step up? Are we gonna sign somebody? I'm very curious to see how we run into this season. And nevertheless, either way, I'm super excited for this season to begin and get underway because I nothing makes me happier than seeing the Jets win, which is why all of us come on here and express all these strong opinions. We just all want to see us win. So one day, man, one day. Whether that day be soon, whether or not. I know most Jet fans can't picture us being in the playoffs and can't picture it getting better right now, but one day it will get better. It has to get better. There's no way it can stay like this forever. Eventually we'll hire the right coach, if that be Aaron Glenn, if it not. I think they had the right idea with hiring a leader of men, as we said, but who knows? We can all just pray at this point. Donovan Edwards will make the team. I hope so. Especially with all the stories coming out of camp. I mean, it's been great hearing about him. It's been great hearing all the stories from camp and looking at it too. I mean, I know we're at a kind of a dead point in the season. So people were making a big fuss about Mason Taylor's number being 46, which I didn't even think that looked that bad as other people were saying, but they were just looking for something to talk about. But now as we get into OTAs and all that stuff, we're going to start getting real stories, going to start getting some film from minicamp, which is going to be great. So really so much exciting stuff for our New York Jets coming up ahead. Glenn knows what he's doing. I agree 100%, man. I have faith in Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn has gone about everything the right way in my eyes. He has put the media reporters in his place, which is already different from Saleh. We see Saleh try to become friends with the media. We see him becoming all buddy with Joe Beningo. That's not necessary. We just need a coach who's going to get in and out of the press conferences without saying any stupid shit like we see Woody do all the time. So really, that and then free agency. I like the way we approach free agency. When is signing the big names ever worked out? It hasn't. They approach this the right way by signing guys who they see some talent in, they see some upside, they see some potential, and they see guys that they can work on and develop into key role players for this team. And not only are they looking at their play in the field and how valuable their last name is, but they're looking at their mental and physical toughness and the way they play for their teammates and how they are in the locker room. And that is key to building a right team, which is why I'm so confident. I think Aaron Glenn and Muji are building this the right way and getting off on a great foot to start us off here in this regime. Christopher Wilson checks in. Sign Keenan Allen on a cheap one-year deal. Need more depth to wide receiver, and he could bring a veteran presence to the locker room full of young guys. I agree 100%. If they do this, I'll be celebrating. If Keenan Allen or Amari Cooper, either one to me doesn't matter. Keenan Allen has been the favorite among the next-gen Jets. The next-gen Jets committee. So, listen, bring Keenan Allen. That'd be great. We can get a solid wide receiver too, a reliable wide receiver too, next to Garrett Wilson to take some attention away from him, which is really what you need to do. If Garrett Wilson gets doubled, this is how people get the idea that Garrett Wilson is only slightly above average. Garrett Wilson is a top dog at wide receiver 1. I don't care what anybody says. Garrett Wilson can make any catch. He can go toe-to-toe with anybody, cook any corner, run any route. He just has been in the worst possible situation with this Jets team. He has had nobody next to him, and when he did have a good guy next to him in Devontae Adams, Rodgers just threw him all the targets. So, and don't even mention can't even mention the quarterback situation before that and actually accurately judge him. So there's been so much wrong for Garrett, man. I just want to see our young stars succeed. This is why we need to keep our homegrown talent and pair homegrown talent. That's how good teams do it. We can't just be letting guys walk, trading Breece Hall, yada yada, draft Ashton Jeanty. I get Ashton Jeanty is a good player, but we need stars at other positions desperately more than we needed them at running back, which is why I wasn't thrilled with the Membu pick, but I like the idea of solidifying both sides of the line for the next 10 years. I would have rather than went up offensive pass catcher and Tyler Warren, but hey, we better have a top 10 O-line, top 5 even O-line. Our running game, this is going to be a run-first offense, and I think everything that we've seen with this team reflects that. The run-first offense is reflected by the fact that our receivers, Josh Reynolds, Alan Lazard, have a bigger frame. They're built. They're taller, way more, and that works perfectly on plays where they're going to have to be run blocking. So run first offense, let it open up the pass game for Justin Fields, let him uncork some, let him play the quarterback position, which I think is going to be key. I hate when people just overlook Justin Fields as a passer and as a quarterback. They say, oh, he's a bridge to drafting a guy. No, he seriously could come in and be more than that. Like Justin Fields, maybe if not a big chance, he can come in and has a chance to be the face of the franchise. I know it's not a good chance, but my reason behind this is because he failed. The reason why he failed in Chicago is because Chicago entirely ignored O-line. There's no denying that. That is a valid excuse. In Chicago, they refused basically to build around the O-line, and you can't let a quarterback, you can't expect, is a better word, a quarterback to learn how to go through progressions and make accurate passes when there's pressure in his face every single play. And then he trots over to Pittsburgh, where he's in Russell Wilson's shadow basically, and the coaching staff is just babying him. And what I feel like this is,
you got to look at a realistic approach here.
Taking the jack clip. Oh God! But I feel like the Pittsburgh babied Justin Fields. They didn't let him throw it deep. And we see this on film. He's staring right out deep receivers who are open, and he's just checking it down, which reflects the coaching staff imposing the check down agenda on him. We need to just let Justin Fields rip the ball. We need to let the ball fly, uncork it, get some deep shots going, get him in rhythm, and we will be humming all season. We should be competitive in every game with the defense that Steve Wilkes and Aaron Glenn
approach here.
Steve Wilkes is an experienced defensive coordinator, and Aaron Glenn is a pretty good defensive mind. He schemed up a pretty good Lions defense last year, and Aaron Glenn is just a leader of men. So he's going to be rallying everybody every week. I'm so excited to watch episode of One Jets Drive, by the way. But yeah, just the Jets should be in the mix for everything if everything goes just solid. Just solid, man. Get Justin Fields some quality reps. See what you have in him. Like, it'll be the same story all season. And really, depending on how we play, there is so much excitement to be had through Justin Fields' legs, through Garrett Wilson's explosive routes. Like, it's all good. Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson duo might just work. Hey, we saw it work in college. This is the last excuse for Justin Fields, by the way. This is his last rodeo if he doesn't get it done here for Justin Fields. We gave him everything we want. We gave him a good O-line. We gave him his college receiver. Like, the only thing that's concerning is the wide receiver depth outside of Garrett Wilson. I mean, we got a solid tight end in Mason Taylor. I would have preferred Tyler Warren, but listen, Justin Fields has some tools, man. This offense could be good if Justin Fields just plays solid. So really, I'm excited to see what we can do. Let's go Knicks, baby. Shout out everybody to Connor, Chris G, Jack, Josh, etc. Next Gen Jets, MY Flight Jets Talk YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe, memberships, super chats, etc. They deserve it. Chris B, thank you so much, brother. Much love. Everyone, like and subscribe as we wrap up here shortly. Robert checks in. This would be the best O-line Fields ever had, without a doubt, man. And really, it's all about seeing how he can capitalize off that, what he can do when really the big lights are on him. Like I met DM Justin Fields the night free agency started. This is an insight into my passion for our success here in the New York Jets at Jet Life Stadium. I DM Justin Fields. Getting a kick out of that sound, but I loved Justin Fields coming into this, and I think that was the only option post Rodgers. I was obviously an advocate for bringing Rodgers back, not getting into that. I'd actually rather have Justin Fields at this point, but the thing is, there was no guarantee we were getting Justin Fields. We were talking about names like Kenny Pickett, all along the lines of those shit quarterbacks. So that's why it was a necessity for me to bring Rodgers back to make sure we didn't end up in that boat. But I'm actually pretty satisfied with the Justin Fields boat now that we're in it. So I'm excited to see what he can do. And listen, like I just mentioned, we're giving him basically all the tools. So whatever he can do, it's going to be exciting to see if we have a quarterback in him. My dream scenario is if Fields plays pretty solid, throws more than 20 touchdowns, less than 10 picks, and we roll in, we go 9-8, sneak into the playoffs 10-7. That's an absolute dream. And then we trade up for our quarterback in the 2026 draft. We trade up to the top 5. Draft, enter whoever you want. Lenore Sellers, Garrett Nussmeier, Cade Klubnik. It doesn't matter. Actually, it does matter a lot. We just got to draft a solid quarterback. But listen, that's my dream scenario, because then you made the playoffs this year. You got all of your experience, get all of your young core some playoff reps, and you develop some confidence in Aaron Glenn. You develop some confidence in this regime, and then not this year, next year summer, you have Justin Fields and the rookie compete. Say Justin Fields wins, great. You have him come in for another solid season where you can continue to build and develop your team, and then after that, bye Justin Fields. You can go get a deal somewhere else, and our rookie quarterback is ready to step in and lead us to be Super Bowl contenders, maybe. This is why I'm optimistic. That is exactly why. There is a path, baby. I'm telling all of you, watch out for the New York Jets. You've heard it before, but this time we're not BSing anymore. For your Christopher, unless they have terrible defense, that's but that's just not the Jets. Exactly. Like the Jets, when the Jets had a terrible defense like this, it's our identity is defense. And listen, I hope we really what's the term I'm looking for here? Hone in on our identity. Run first team this year. Now I've been preaching this since the end of the last year. Run first, baby. You have so many talented running backs. You invest another first round pick into tackle. Run the damn ball and let it set up those deep shots to Garrett Wilson. Let it set up those deep shots to from my mouth to God's ears, Malachi Corley. Like this team can be exciting. So really hope the wide receivers can make it work here, though. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the limit of talent outside of Garrett Wilson is really one of my biggest concerns with the team as of now. But really, we're just gonna at this point. There's nothing else we can really do besides sign Keenan Allen. So we're just gonna have to see. We're just gonna have to make it work from here, honestly. So there's not much more we can do at this point. I really wish we would have drafted Trey Harris. Jack can tell you all about Trey Harris. He can tell you the exact game he had, 0.5 yards per reception or whatever. Jack knows all about it. So just talk to him about that. The only thing I wouldn't say that this is the best thing he has wide receiver core, because when he had for sure in Chicago he had a pretty stacked wide receiving core, but now he has the chemistry with Garrett. He should already be gelled with him. So really that's what I'm hoping for this year. If we have a top 5 O-line, we will not have less than 7 wins. You just don't see their top tier lines leading to bottom tier teams. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why people are such a big advocate of building the trenches, because when your trenches are good, you're winning games. So I mean, I get that argument. I just think we needed pass catcher more than we did right tackle. We could have found a solid right tackle in this second. But listen, now that we have a solid trenches, we just need more depth on D-line. We obviously, D tackle is a huge concern leading us. Yeah, but D tackle is a huge concern. We need to find some more depth there. Obviously, someone needs to step up, leading us into our comment here. Watch out for Leonard Taylor. Yes, we Leonard Taylor. If Leonard Taylor can be solid, that would be an absolute dream come true. Because then we have a young D tackle who's continuing to develop next to Quinnen, and that would be absolutely great. There's some updates in the Knicks game. OG looking to check back in. That's a dream come true here, but. The Celtics putting up 3. So as we wrap here, I'll just share some final thoughts I have here about the Jets. Obviously, I've mentioned reasons for my optimism. People say I'm too optimistic. I'm just so excited for the season to get underway, so we can really, so I can put my money where my mouth is regarding this team. Obviously, I'm not allowed to sports bet yet, even though I think I'd cook up some elite sports bets. Let's be real, elite ball knowledge over here, but. Connor laughing backstage, but yeah, I'm just super pumped to be at MetLife with all the Jet fans. Our community is unbelievable. So really, I'm just we deserve it more than anybody else. Jets fans are the best fan base in all of sports, and we have the worst organization, the past worst organization in all of sports. We are moving on, stepping into a new regime, baby. And with that, I will leave you. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. NY Flight Jets Talk. It's been a pleasure filling in for Connor. And everyone, I'll leave you with a Jets chant to leave us out, baby. Oh, Jets, Jets, Jets.